First, I give a little bit of background. In 2008 at the General Conference, it was mandated by that conference that each of the Episcopal areas in the United States, or each of the jurisdictions in the United States, would be reduced by one bishop. We began to hold listening sessions then across all 17 districts in the 3 conferences, and those were held over the summer and early fall. And we heard several things in those listening sessions. One thing that we heard was a call to not be afraid to make some radical changes if it appeared that they would be beneficial. And another thing that we heard from many of the listening sessions was a suggestion that we strongly consider looking at creating one conference, not just one Episcopal area.
The mandate that we have been given to become one Episcopal area for Kansas and Nebraska gives us a great opportunity to rethink church and the mission and purpose of our United Methodist Church that we share. It's exciting to be a part of the transition team as we begin with just a blank sheet of paper to look at what the big question is of what God is calling us to be and do as the United Methodist Church in Nebraska and Kansas.
I've been really pleased to be part of the transition team and engaged in learning more about how all 3 of our annual conferences are really more alike than they are different. The mission field is the thing we need to look at and to ask ourselves, how can we as United Methodists most effectively organize ourselves to carry out our mission and reach those for Christ? We ask for your participation in the process, and then at the annual conferences in 2011 and probably in 2012, we'll be making the decisions about our future together. It's an exciting time to be a United Methodist Christian in the Great Plains area.
My responsibility on the transition team for the Nebraska-Kansas Episcopal area has been to act as staff. And actually, I work with several people on that. It's been a great experience. The thing I've been the most impressed about with the team is all of the listening that they've been doing. You are aware of the sessions and of the input. I've appreciated the emails that I've received in my responsibility as Director of Connectional Ministries. All of that has led me to understand that this is most of all a listening process, and that will continue. Even in March, when there will be an announcement day and we'll all be together, the listening will continue. We want to hear from you. We want to speak with you about the issues and the opportunity as we move ahead talking about our new Episcopal area.
I have moved from skepticism to a firm resolution that our future is bright and that the possibilities are endless as we look at the new Episcopal area. I'm excited about working on the possibilities of creating one new conference. The decision hasn't been finalized, yet I'm excited about the possibilities that can present for us.
Maybe the best option for us for the future is for all 3 conferences to at least strongly consider becoming one. Now, is it the right answer? Well, that's yet to be determined. But I've already discovered the kind of energy and enthusiasm that's coming just by meeting together. I hope and pray that you will help us discern well into our future. I invite you to prayerfully consider that option. Sometimes I think too often in our own individual lives or in the life of the church, we tinker around the edges. We know things aren't quite the way they ought to be, that we could be more and better than we are today. So we make a little change here. We tweak something there, hoping it'll fix everything and make it all better. But sometimes we need more.
Now it is time to share our learning with you. And as you read the documents, the news releases, I invite you to tell us what you think. Where do we have it right? What other questions need to be answered? I look forward to seeing you on March the 13th as we meet in many places across the state to talk about what kind of new conference, new structure, new vision can move us into multiplying the number of diverse, caring, effective disciples whom God can use for the transformation of the world.